Hello. Welcome, gamers. It's Friday. We're back. Once again, it is once again Friday. Look at this. What is this? Arches of Iron? We've already seen this. What about this one? Peninsular Paradise? What is that one? Ooh, this looks... Wait, we've seen this one. We've seen all of these. What is this? What about this one? What's the deal with this one, huh? This one is Waiwera, New Zealand. That's right, everyone. Here it is. Yes, this is today's art. It's me on the computer. It is poorly drawn because I've drawn this already like 20 times, and I could not think of a way to make it unique and new. Where's New Zealand? Sorry, where's Old Zealand? It's actually in Denmark. It's true, it is real. Anyway, hold on. Let me greet everyone. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome A Pollen, welcome 2Pi, welcome Muffin, and Stanley, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome Slime Molder, welcome Panis, welcome Namai, welcome DX Nomad, welcome to Verilog. It's in the Netherlands. I thought it was in the freaking other place. Water drinking, that happens at the start of every hour. So if you are here 53 minutes from now, that is when I take my water break, and then an hour from then also. He says hello to Stream Elements. I do that every time. Okay, we're gonna open up Godot, everyone. Godot, godot. Godot. There it is. Curious who rigged your current VTube model? It's me, I did it. I did that. Okay, you can tell because it's not that good. the rig is not even that good. Okay, we're gonna open up Windows Subsystem for Linux. When the AIs take over, how will they remember? They will remember how polite Wolfie was to the bot. Yeah, Stream Elements, we already know. We go way back. Okay, so what do we got here? Let me show you what I've done in the past few days. Honestly, I don't think there's that much. Check our logs. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do anything like Tuesday through Wednesday. I fixed some small issues. Nothing really major. So if you remember last time I streamed this, we made many rooms. We created this room, this room, this room, this room, and then we got up to the part where you collect the cake. Okay, and then after that, that's where I left off. And then yesterday I added some rooms. These are rooms that are going to they're going to try to challenge your ability to climb, you know, because we just got the climbing ability. And the thing you gotta do in games is after you get a new ability, you gotta have several things that make the user, you know, make use of those skills. And let me just demonstrate. Okay, I'm gonna show you all. You know, let's play the game from the beginning. We do this every time. You can see the entire scope of the game. And then, you know, along the way I can point out stuff that I've changed. This time there's not gonna be that much. Let's take a look. Maybe there's people who have never even seen the game, huh? Maybe you're like, I don't even know what this game is. Alright. Start off the game. You can't jump. You can only move in directions. You bounce on the mushroom, you go down here, you do this thing, you fall. Okay, you don't die. You don't die. Okay. I fixed the bug where the platforms would not reset exactly. They are now reset properly. There was that one room a while back where you have to like wait a long time for the platform to go back. It's fixed. I realized I was not changing the velocity. I was simply changing the direction, and I had to also make sure to reset that. Anyway, you already know. We've seen this many times. You do this one. You have many crates. Now you may be wondering where all these crates are coming from, you know? I don't know. Maybe we'll add like a crate store maybe later on it'll be like, oh, where are all these crates coming from? No one even questioned this. Also, what's the deal with these spikes? Who is setting up all these spikes? Okay, hold on. I need to need to move this so it's not obscuring my vision. This is world record pace. Not now. There's time loss. We've lost so much time. Okay, now we have the ability to jump. You push this thing there, you do this thing, you jump, and then you do this. You already know. Everyone has seen this a billion times. They're like, well, if you show us the new stuff. Oh, I almost made that mistake again. You gotta go here, and then you do this. It's all about the ordering, and you also don't do that. Okay, so this room has changed a little bit. I've added some more space here. It used to be there was like only one tile of space on each side. This will make it easier to jump over the mushroom. I will also change the color of these spikes so that they don't blend in with the clouds. They're actually going to be thorns instead of spikes, because I think thorns make more sense. Spikes, you know, they don't occur naturally like this. They do occur, but they don't really look like this. Anyway, this one you gotta wait. Okay, ideally you would not have to wait, but you know, if you were fast, you don't have to wait. Fall down here, you push the crate. Push the crate onto this guy, and then, oh look, I almost didn't make it. Almost failed. Okay, now this one changed, okay? If you remember last time, if you restarted this room, this platform would go over here, and then it would stop, and then it would go back. Now it properly goes all the way. The reason for that is because I was not setting the velocity. It was incorrect. So now it's less frustrating. When you die, you can just get right back on. You don't have to wait for it to go across and then go back. Less frustration for the user. Terrifying biome where spikes naturally occur. So true. Okay, now we have the ledge grab ability. Welcome, Chocojacks. Go up here, you climb up. And now you go up this way. You jumping out here. The game is developing. So true. Oh, I replaced this platform with a crate, just so that the user knows. You know, they look at this and like, oh, what do I do here? Then they know you can grab onto crates, and this is foreshadowing, because later you're gonna have to do that for real. But this time, you know, it was just there to teach them. Okay, then you go this way. You go up here, push this one. See, look at that foreshadowing right there. You know that you can grab the crate. You go this way, you push it, and then you push this one. And then you can jump. You can be jumping. And now we're back up here. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. It was not intentional. Okay, go up, and then this room, you know, this room is so easy, right? What's even the point of this room, huh? You don't know. No one really knows. And then you got this one. Push this thing over here. You do this thing. Oh, look, they got bounced. Push the crate, and then you jump on this thing, right? This thing right here. Next room. Okay, this is what we added last time. My playtesting, I'm demonstrating what I've added last time. Welcome, Yuko. I do this at the start of the stream so people know, you know, people who have never seen the game, they know what they're in for. And then we got this thing, right? This thing, we added this last time. You can now do this. You could be jumping. Okay, look at this. And then you go up, and then this room, die. You can't be doing that stuff. Push this one over here. Oh man, he's failed. How is he so bad at his own game? I can't believe this. Okay, then you jump up here. You push this down, and then you push this way. And then you go up. And then, okay, I added this crate here so that if I have like an extra thing over here later, there's a way to get back. Okay. But for now, it's nothing. There's nothing over there yet. And then you go down here, you're like, whoa, what is this? And you get the cake. And now the cake allows you to climb. Now you're forced to use the climbing ability. Okay, now this stuff is new. Okay, this is all new. New room with spikes. This is to teach you that you can, you could do this stuff. You could you could be climbing. Actually, hold on. Why do I even have it? You could just climb up this way. Hold on. I should add some spikes here. Good thing I'm playtesting this. Yes, my intent was for the player to jump up here, jump this way, and then jump back. But then they can just go straight up. So I will in fact add some spikes because I think it makes sense. Zoom in. Let's add some spikes. Perhaps. So you jump here. Maybe have one right there. No, maybe like. Is that too much? Is that too much though? That's the thing. Oh, they show up immediately. I didn't even need to like reload the game. The spike showed up. Okay, so that appears to be. Okay, maybe I don't want it there. Maybe it is in fact not what I want. What if it was like. What if it was like here? Is that also too much? Okay, where's my game? Did I close the game? Oh, wait, what? Did I close the game? Oh man. Okay, let's put the player here. Okay, now that we can do this, move the player. Hot reload is the greatest thing to happen. It is so nice. Okay, we move the player here. We give the player some abilities, such as can climb walls. And can jump. When will I put a demo? Never. It's gonna be the full game. Okay, that works, but I feel like it might be a bit too close. No, actually, hold on. No, that's fine. It's actually not that hard. If I can do it like 5 times in a row. Okay, I did it 3 times in a row. I think I think that's good enough, right? Do you think this is too challenging? No, I think it's fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe I could raise the upper platform up by 1. Just raise the height by 1. Okay, let's go to the foreground. Let's put this thing, let's put the dirt. Let's put this guy here. And then we raise the spike. We put the spike up here. And move this one. Welcome, Bonmu. Okay, so now, hey, what? That doesn't match. You looking at it? You see in this? It doesn't even match. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so that is doable. I should reload it though. Okay, so we have this. That's good. Welcome, Umbra. You know, that works out fine. It's not even that challenging. Okay, and then you go down. And then you gotta climb up this way and then climb over. And this one teaches you can hold down. You can press down and then you can jump to this one. Because otherwise, if you don't do that, you would go here and then you would fall. You would fall and you would die. So instead, you gotta hold onto the wall and then go all the way down right up until the spikes, and then you jump. Bam. Okay, now this room is new. This room looks quite challenging. It is actually quite challenging. Okay, here's, the thing that the player can do. They can simply go to the next room, right? There's no challenge here. they can just go to the next room. However, if you want to actually use your brain, you can then, here's what you gotta do. You push this here, and then you gotta get all the crates lined up. Push this crate down here and go this way. You're making a climbable wall. A wall of crates. You push this down and then you push this there. Right? You might think you can only have 2 crates. If you try to jump up there, you would not make it. You push this one down there. And now you have a 3 high wall of crates. And then here's what you do. You can jump up directly from here. Right, then is right before the spikes, and then you get the clover. Okay, that's an optional challenge for those of you who want to use your brain in this game. And that's all I have. After this, there's nothing. So now we're gonna design the rest of the game. Okay, so now what? I need to think of like more interesting climbing challenges. Because I feel like it's actually kind of hard to think of challenges that make sense. Like, I feel like with ledge grab, it was like pretty straightforward. You would just put this stuff. With climbing, you can kind of like do anything, right? How would I even challenge the user? Like, I try to think of other situations where I can make use of climbable crates, but I couldn't. It was actually quite challenging to come up with ideas. Okay, we got this one, right? What I want to happen is you go down this way. I think I also need to like revisit some of these previous rooms and start adding climbable walls, because at the moment, you know, there's not too much reason to go back. You go back and it's like there's nothing new. You know, we need rooms like this. Rooms that you've seen before that have high walls, and then you're like, oh, I can climb this now. I can go back there and climb this. All this stuff, you know, none of this is even built around climbable walls. Welcome, Hoppy Hollow. New obstacles, so true. I think it was mentioned that we may need some new things to add. Did I get the thing? What thing? Blue sky? Sorry, I saw that and I did not respond. You have linked to a game. A game, you said, this you, question mark, and I didn't understand what you meant by that. It appeared to be a Terraria looking game. And I was like, what did he mean by this? I don't know. I was at work though. Okay, so, what are some obstacles that would make sense for climbing oriented challenges? I tried looking up, hey, what the, Firefox? Another program is using this file, Internet Explorer, what? Firefox, okay, it's fine. Design work? I sure hope it does. I don't know. It looked pretty distinct to me. Anyway, okay, so what was I doing? What was I about to look up? Oh, I was gonna I was trying to look up existing games that have climbing that I could use as reference. I don't know if there's that many of them. Platformer, platformer climbing puzzle. It could have spikes that pop out and retract. That is true. That was in fact mentioned. But then I would need to time things. How would I then time things? What is this? Hands-on with snapshots, photo finish, hey, this guy's climbing. What about this one? Mountain climbing platformer. Oh yeah, remember this game? We played this one. This one is nice. Prototype platformer climb. Apnea. 2D puzzle platformer. Okay, well I could consider adding new mechanics. I feel like it has been quite some time since I've added a new mechanic to the game. Or sorry, obstacle. I like the Sonic games that have multiple playable characters with different abilities, including climbing and level design that does not account for this at all. Classic game development. That's how games work. You just add things and then hope that it makes sense. Let me consult my list of game ideas. Ideas for this platformer. What do I have? Alright, we talked about sideways mushrooms last time. Oh, I had an idea. What if there were boxes with spikes on them? Instead of just being boxes, they could have spikes. So maybe you don't push the spike. Maybe you can only push the box from one direction. And then if you try to push it from the other way, there's spikes and it'll kill you. That's a possibility. You could have spikes, retracting timed spikes. You could have a thing like, kind of like, you know how in Celeste, the hotel level, they had like those things, if you climb on them and then you leave, it becomes like, oh, it could be those kind of spikes maybe. Celeste Hotel. Right, these, what the heck? No, that's Celeste Game. Celeste Game Hotel. Yes, this. It's an example. You know what I'm talking about. Any Celeste players? I would like to show that thing. It's like, you know, that thing that you climb. This one. Verify that I'm human. I'm gonna have to do a, okay, I thought I was gonna have to do a captcha. What the heck is this? These ones. It's gonna, yeah, these things. These guys. These things are like when you touch the wall and then you leave the wall, it spawns these things that kill you. I could consider adding something like that to this game. I think it would make sense, perhaps. People who have not played Celeste, this probably makes no sense to you. But it makes sense to me, okay? I should play it at some point. I think it's a good game. I mean, this game is literally named Celeste. Proximity Trap. No, it's like, you know, can I show like a playthrough? Like a GIF. Are they called, they're called feelers? Is that what they call them? Feelers? Wheeler? Okay, you know, maybe I don't want to search for that. It's kind of like it. It's like you touch the surface and it doesn't kill you. But once you leave the surface, you can't go back on it. Something like that. That's a thing I could add, perhaps. But before I do that, maybe one more room with the existing mechanics. Now this one, I don't know how I want it to wrap around, right? We could have this one be an optional room. And then maybe you're intended to go back this way, right? You go back this way, you fall down here, and then you're like, oh, I can climb up now, and then you start climbing up. Right, that could be a thing. And then you climb past the wall, and then you're like, wait a second, I've been here. I've been to this place before. Then you continue going, you finally get this thing, and then maybe there's something up here, right? Maybe there's like, you know, maybe there's a wall over here. You can climb this wall. And then go up to the next level. A lot of things you could do. Defense wall, maybe. Alright, climables. I could also perhaps add a moving platform that you can climb. I don't have that implemented yet. I think at the moment, once you start climbing, I kind of assume that the wall is stationary. And I could maybe change that. I mean, that's the thing in Celeste as well. They have things you can climb, you can hold on to, and then they start moving. I could consider adding that, maybe. I don't know. Designing games is hard. A lot of stuff you gotta think about. Alright, you go this way, you fall down. Okay, and then you have this. What if this room was just a big empty space? No, I don't think that would make sense at all. Okay, okay, I'm gonna maybe try to design a thing you can climb. Let's open up a sprite. Let's make some moving platform that is climbable. Hey, is this game out? Hold on, you go back to Steam. Saw that game that we played the demo of. Hey, what this looks nice. What is that? What is this? What? it was literally there. You see that game that we played. All right, whatever. What more, Isaac? Okay, let's open up a sprite. Let's open up entities.asprite. Okay, now I could add platforms with spikes on them. That is an entirely possible thing that I could add. But what challenge would that give? How would that challenge the player? If there was a moving platform with spikes on it, and you were climbing. Okay, what if the spikes were on the side? What if you had to like time your climbing to avoid the spikes that kill you? Interesting. I could consider doing that. What if I... Okay, let's try that. Let's make a new frame. Let's put this here. Let's delete this one. Okay, now this one, it's going to be tall. It's going to be a tall platform. Welcome, Stream Not All. Sprite is general pixel art tool or only Godot? It is a general tool. It's useful for anything. Literally anything. Let's show the grid settings. Alright, so this is our grid. Okay, so let's make a little platform with spikes on it. Like this, right here. We put this one there. We then perhaps we then delete some of this stuff. And then you move this over. And then you delete this stuff. How's everyone's Friday going though? Y'all having a good Friday? A swell Friday right now. Yes, that's good. Good to know. Productive did house chores. That's nice. Always nice to get things done. Thank Godot it's Friday. How about those stocks, guys? Anyone doing stocks? Always having a good Friday, even when it's Thursday? I don't think so. You can't have a good Friday on Thursday. It's crazy. I saw a meme edit with bad Apple stocks. I saw multiple of them. The first one I saw was not that good of an edit. It kind of just like, it just put the graphics on top. And then the second one I saw, the second one I saw, he said tall. Second one I saw actually aligned it with the grid. And I was like, that's a good one. I saw that one. I fell asleep in the MRI machine. Did you really? Is that safe? I really should learn this kit. Spriters, we have a history of using programs for this kind of work that have very little to do with the actual intent of the program. Learn, what do you mean learn this kit? Sprite specifically? Or Godot? Sprite with Godot, perhaps? Or many such things. Okay, we're gonna draw some of this stuff. Look at this. Whoa, look at these textures, man. Does that even look good? How did I do it earlier? It looks like this. Used to go back and forth between Corel. Has anyone even heard of Corel? That was a thing. I remember Corel. Have you seen pics of devs using arcade sticks to make pixel art? I have not seen that. That sounds cool though. Okay, so we're gonna have this thing here. How can you sleep in that machine? Yeah, MRI machines. I don't know. I've never been in an MRI machine, so I don't know what it's like. But you know, maybe it makes sounds, and then the sounds are soothing, right? That could be possible. Like how some people find the sounds of washing machines soothing. You know, it's got like the white noise. Is it even white noise? I don't even know. Those look mad sick. They're sick. Imagine being sick. Okay, I don't think this looks good. I think this looks bad, actually. You already welcomed me. I've already welcomed you. Why would you say hi a second time? I need a laptop for game design. I think any laptop could work. You could literally, you could even use an iPad. That's not a laptop, but you could use an iPad even. Well, maybe, actually, I don't know. Game design is different from like game development, because you know, designing a game, all you need is like a piece of paper. Now game development though, that's a different story. 3D game dev, okay, well, I don't know. Programming, I don't know. I'm sure there's good advice. I primarily just use Mac computers, so it's probably not even that useful for you. I think, well, you could just get a ThinkPad then. A lot of options out there. I don't really know what the state of the art is nowadays in Windows laptops. I have not had a Windows laptop possibly in like more than a decade. I used to depend on my Surface 3 for proofing and uploading VR works. Do not recommend, but it worked. What are they still making the Surfaces? What are they up to now? The Surface 5, the Surface 10. Okay, maybe these will not have the lines across them. Maybe these will just be, you know, this color, and then we start putting the spikes on them. How do the spikes even look? Let's open up the other. Let's open this up. You better not. My classmates made a game in 07 on Nokia N-Gage. Like he made the game on the N-Gage itself. How does that work? How does that even happen? Alright, how do I rotate? Edit. Rotate. Clockwise. Welcome, nutritious. Okay, so we have spikes. The spikes, they're going to be right here. I made games out of logic gates. I did the same thing. I guess it would make sense with their username. As someone who knows FPGAs, presumably. In my digital logic design class, I made something similar to like Guitar Hero. I used, what is those things called? Those things that shift the bits by 1 if you send a clock signal. I used those. I forget, it's been a while. Alright, let's flip. Flip horizontal. Yeah, shift registers. I remember. It was good times. Good times back in the day. Alright, so we have this. We have a platform with spikes. New tag. Spiked platform. Animation direction, repeat 1. Okay, we have this here. And then we load it up. We have new obstacle type. Okay, everyone, we got new platform. New thing that will kill you. Alright, so let's see. We have moving platform. Let's duplicate this one. Moving platform spikes. And then we go here, and then we zoom in. And then choose the sprite, right? The sprite, not the Coca-Cola, guys. It's got to be the sprite. Then you import it, and then you choose the frame. Let me spike platform here. Then you got to adjust the collision shapes, obviously. Put this one here. Oh, this is not a one-way platform. Disable that one-way collision. Put this one right there. Okay, then you got to add the things that kill you. Let's add an area 2D. This area 2D is going to be here. And then we add the, what's it called? Shape, collision shape. Collision shape 2D. And then you gotta choose a shape. I'm going to choose the shape known as rectangle shape. And then it's going to be right here. Right here. Like this, perhaps. Perhaps like this. Wait, why is it not aligned? Does anyone know? Any knowers of things? Why is this not aligned? It's because of the height. Hold on, we got the height. The size, 22 pixels. Why is it 10.75? That should be like 10. That should be 11. That should be 11 pixels. And then what? And then you gotta move it. Okay. Transform. The Y position, maybe 1.5. Maybe like 1. What? 1.25? 1.3? That doesn't make any sense. 1.5. It's not aligned, guys. How is that possible? Is the area 2D moved over? Is that what it is? Transform? No, it's not. Whatever, maybe it's fine. Maybe this is totally fine. Okay, so we have the area 2D. I'm going to give it a collision shape. Welcome, Vic Viper. So we have the collision layer. It's going to be on the hazard layer. Hazard. And then we remove this. And then it should be good. It should totally be usable because we inherit the script from the other platform. Moving platform spikes. All right, and then we simply go to the world. If I can find the world scene, it's right here. All right, let's add some walls. Let's go to foreground, we add some walls. This is just for testing. And these ones, and this one, and that one, and this one. Okay, go to obstacles, and you go to your tile set. Then you just drag the new scene in there. Moving platform with spikes. And then what? And then you go here, and then you click on this. All right, so that thing should be moving. Let's try testing it. So we have our player. Player is now in this room. I should also add a checkpoint. Sometimes I forget to do that, and then I'm like, why are we not even respawning? Put it right there. And then when the player lands, we'll have another one right here. All right, let's see. Hey, what the? It's not the right graphic. Why did that change graphics? Moving platform spikes. What? What the heck? This one? Why did that one change? Animated sprite 2D. This one, it's invisible. No, I mean like this one. When we loaded up in the game, it became the other one though. Why is the other one there? The collision, wait, the collision shape is also what I set it to. Toggle the visibility. No, I think this is a different issue. The other one was, it was in this folder. This isn't even anything. What is this? This one doesn't even exist. No, it actually does. Let's delete this one. There's nothing is using this one. But this one specifically. Animated sprite 2D spike platform. Spike platform. Why is it going to the next one? Spiked platform. Oh, because I have it auto. It's auto playing the moving platform for some reason. Okay, this should work. All right, there we go. All right, that's good. However, the collision does not work. Also, it pushes you into walls. Oh, I guess that wouldn't happen if the spikes would kill you. Okay, so why is that not working? Collision shape 2D layer. It is on the hazard layer. Do I have to then... Oh, do I have to set the mask to collide with the player? Is that what it is? Let's try this. It does not work. But why? But why not? Okay, let's check the player script. Player.gd. Oh, because I check if body is tile map layer. Collision check body entered. And then I only do it if the body's name is hazards, right? Because we only had spikes in the tile set. We want to check whether the body has the thing that kills you. What fraction of indie games are made in Godot? Been wanting to make a game, not sure what engine to use. I have no idea, but I imagine not that much, but I think it's growing over time. I think it's pretty usable. I would recommend it. I think it's pretty nice. Okay. What if I just remove this? If I just remove this... No, this only... Okay. I would also need to check if the body is a... How do I check? Body node 2D. Body.collision... Collision... What is it called? Mask? Collision mask? Alright, let's just print out a statement. Else print body. Just to see if this is actually doing anything. So if we collide with this, it is not printing anything actually. So I think it's because it's an area rather than a body. A lot of people switch to Godot. Exactly. That's a thing. One entity collision check area entered and exited. What about this one? Else print area. Is this it? Okay, it's because it's an area. An area dot collision mask collision layer. How do you get collision layer? Area dot has collision shape. How did I do this before? I had a way where I could check whether something had a collision set. Oh, set collision mask value. Get collision mask value. Ah, there we go. Collision mask value. Collision layer value. Layer number. Which one was the layer for hazards? Moving platform with spikes. Why does this thing keep getting created? Didn't I just delete that one? Yeah, moving platform spikes is here. Okay, so it is layer 3. Layer 3 is hazards. 3. I know someone who is using the Blender game engine. I didn't know Blender had a game engine. What the heck? I thought it was just a 3D modeling thing. Alright, collision layer value. Okay, if it is hazards, if this thing, then you should then kill the player. Die. There's a function called die. Oops. Okay, so this one, do this one. I guess I could check this one, right? If I did body dot get collision, okay, they don't have the get collision layer. It was a long time ago. Having the game editor stuff built into the same UI as your modeling program was nice, but it was not a great engine. Blender game engine. Oh, it's a real thing. Discontinued game engine. It was a free and open source 3D production suite for real-time interactive content. Wow. The UPBGE. It's crazy. I never even heard of it. Well, now I know. Now I've learned. Okay, so this one, if you have collided with hazards, simply die. Let me try this. Okay, so that works. Now we have spikes that kill you. Platforms with spikes that kill you. Interested in using pure OpenGL, making stuff from scratch? I've done it. I don't know if I would recommend it, but maybe if your goal is just to learn. If your goal is to like make a game rather than just learning, I think that would be, I don't know, it'd be quite a lot of work. But you could do it. I mean, a simple 3D projector using a Borland C++ and Windows Canvas. I don't even know what Windows Canvas is. What the heck is Windows Canvas? But yeah, you know, game engines, they simplify a lot of stuff. You know, you're gonna have to implement like collision detection and all this stuff. And like, I was like, surely collision detection can't be that hard. And then I tried implementing it and I was like, actually, yeah, there's a lot of like edge cases that you gotta handle. A lot of weird things you gotta, you know, platforms. If you jump on a platform, you should inherit the platform's velocity. Like, this stuff is handled for you by Godot. Rendering as well. A lot of stuff. I did that once for a game on Raspberry Pi. Do not remember anything about OpenGL. Same. I remember like manually coding like something like a 3D by using matrix multiplication and like setting UV coordinates manually and all that stuff. That was for a school project, by the way. I was not doing this for fun. Although it was pretty fun, but it was mostly because that's what the course was about. Teaching us how to like draw graphics using, you know, textures and multiplying things and X, Y, Z, and W and 4-dimensional matrix multiplication and all that stuff. It was doable, but I don't remember any of it. Windows Canvas is the drawing engine in Windows that lets you draw simple shapes. I see. I think people they tend to use like SDL, right? Is that a thing? SDL. Simple direct media layer. There's a cross-platform software development library. Exactly. Let's abstract some stuff for you. It's supported by many languages. Vala. I don't even know what Vala is. If you want to make your own game engine, you'll spend more time doing that than actually working on the game, right? That's how it goes. Vala is a GNOME thing. And what is a ring? A ring is a dynamically typed general purpose programming language. Yeah, SDL. It's for 2D stuff. Well, anything that can render 2D can render 3D. You would just need to tell it where the pixels go. I don't know. Let me do this. Okay, so we have a thing that can kill you. Now, what do I want to do with this though? That's the question. What do I do with this thing? What are some challenges that I could have with this guy? It's not optimized. That is true. You're so right. Alright, it does feel a bit empty without it having like the wavy stuff, so maybe I'll just add that. Just add some waves. Surely this looks better. Fall through a deep pit with multiple moving spike platforms. I could consider it. I will maybe do something like that. It's got to be like you can climb, and then maybe while you're climbing, you gotta like go up, but then you gotta time your movements because these things are in the way, and if you don't go fast, they'll kill you. That's a possibility, maybe. Okay, we have. Okay, what about this? We put this one. Draw this guy here. Is this even good? Okay, let's reload this one. Moving platform with spikes. Let's re-import this thing. Now, does this look better? I think it looks worse. It actually looks worse. Hold on. How do I make this not look bad? If I just copy the other thing that I had, the other texture, dirt texture, what if I just copy this? And then I just put this here. That is too large. Okay, what is the size? This one is, how big is this? It is 14 by 11. 14. Wait, no, that's the ratio. How do I get the exact dimensions? It's on the left side. 14. Wait, what? This one. Yeah, okay, it is 14 by 11. And this one here, how do I get 14? 14, that is 1 by 1. Okay, I want it to give me the exact ratio. So this is 14. This is, okay, so it is this thing, that's 14 by 11. That's kind of small. How is it so small? We have 14, we have 11. Well, what the it really looks like this. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it's just like this. Maybe this is fine. And then we do this. And maybe we move it over one more. Does that even, is this even good? It's a bit hard to tell, honestly. Maybe that's good. I guess that's fine. I don't know. Is that fine? Is this even the same color? Doesn't this one look a bit... It doesn't seem to match. Wait, but I literally copied it from that, so it's gotta match. Like, doesn't this background look a bit lighter though? Like this shade of gray, sorry, not gray, brown. Also, welcome Delicious Smile. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna drink water. It is 6 p.m. after all. Here's your... Someone requested me to drink water. Here we go. It's perfectly... It's time right now. Alright, I've hydrated. Alright, let's add some gameplay, okay? It's time for real gameplay. Alright, so let's see. Maybe for this one, what you can do is, maybe you gotta like, climb down. There's gonna be many spikes that are out there to kill you. And what you gotta do, you gotta climb your way down. I guess you could just fall though. But then the fact that we're starting from up here, maybe you start off from here and then you fall down and then you gotta climb your way back up. Maybe there's like, you know, maybe it's like this. And then and then these guys go like, they go like over here. And then maybe we have another one that's over there. I don't know. Let's see, we got obstacles. Maybe there's one over here. Maybe there's another one here. Here perhaps. And go down. And then you jump. And then what? I guess that could be something. Is this even anything? Go this way, fall. Nope. Wait, how did I die there? I feel like sometimes the hitbox is a bit finicky. Alright, so we're here, and then climb up and go here. Is this challenging? Is this even an interesting challenge? Doesn't seem that challenging. What if we make the wall narrower? What if it's like this? If we consider this being a possibility, you go down here and go up, and then, okay, this one, it is still pretty easy. Okay, what if this obstacle was actually over here, and then we had more foreground over here? Have we considered this? Nope. Okay, go down here. You gotta jump, and then you gotta not jump into that. You gotta, okay, I'm jumping too much. The hitboxes, okay, I think I need to like make the hitbox a bit smaller. So we go here. Let's move this. Maybe like this is good. It doesn't have to be like exactly, you know, where the spikes are. It could be like here, or it could be even smaller. It could be maybe like this. It could be like that. Is that good though? Is that maybe a bit too lenient? I think maybe it's fine. Okay, go up, go this way. I think it's fine. That seems fair to me. All right, and then we're here, right? Now, once you're here, then what? You can add one of these guys. Okay, and then you can go down. You could then drop down this way. Perhaps there's something up here. I could put some spikes on the wall you climb to force jumping on. That is also true. Wait, but like, I don't really want them to jump. I want them to be climbing on the walls, not on the platforms. Because this is all about climbing walls after all. You don't need to be on the platforms. Okay, so this is good. What if I also add spikes on top of the platforms? Have I considered doing that? I can do that. Or maybe not. I feel like I need to add something else here though. The fact that you can just fall down is not really... Oh, I could force the player to climb down by adding spikes on the floor. Like perhaps maybe like over here. You can have spikes over here. And then the player would have to climb onto the wall, and then maybe they can climb on and then jump over here. That could be a thing, maybe. Okay, so you gotta climb down. If you just fall, you will die. And then, okay, and then what? And then you can do this. I could put spikes all the way. Okay, I could put spikes all the way on this floor. So then they have to ride on this platform, and then they climb onto this wall, and then they go up. Oh, and then I could add spikes. No, actually, you're right. What you mentioned does make sense. You climb on this guy, and then you have to go on this side. Because if I put spikes here, it'll prevent them from climbing straight up. Then they have to go this way. Then they gotta climb up this way. Good call, good call. So we put this here, and then we start putting some spikes. We put some spikes over here, right? You go to this wall, you climb up, and then you don't go up here. And then this one, you put that over there. And then you put these ones there. Well, okay, you have to go back on this guy. I think this one is good, right? Maybe. Go down here, you jump on this guy. Go on this one. Okay, and then you go on this guy. And then go here. Okay, hold on. Okay, that one, I think that's a good challenge. That's a good one. I'm thinking I could also introduce these spike things earlier on. I could probably revisit some old levels. Because I feel like that would be interesting. Welcome, Yurga. Well, do that later. I don't want to change too much, you know? Terraria looking art style. Is that true? Just because it's a side view platformer that has grass and dirt? I mean, I guess you're not the first one to say that. There's another game that does look similar to Terraria. Okay, so you go here. You gotta go down here. You gotta jump on this. I guess you could just do, that's a speedrun strat right there. You could simply just, okay, I think I should move this one so that when you die, it actually, you don't have to wait. That's the thing about platformers. You don't want to have to wait. I think I also forgot to welcome you, Escapade. Were you here in the beginning? I saw you leave a message. Not at the beginning. And then I was like, I don't think I greeted him. Okay, so we can have this guy. Let's have this guy like start over here. So that once you die in the room, you can just go straight down. No, you do still have to wait though. What if I moved it so that it was over here? But they start off going to the right, so you don't have that much time. Interesting. What if we simply put it here, but that now it's in the wall. Now it's in the wall though. Can I make a fake one spike? What does that mean? A fake one spike? The one that has spikes but doesn't kill you. Oh, okay, I can make it so that, hold on, I could put some more spikes here. And make a fake one, but why would I want to do that? That feels like I'm misleading the player. Can I make the floor under not a spike? Yes. But then I want the player to not drop. That's the thing, I don't want them to drop down. This is to teach them climbing mechanics, so... You know, I want them to be able to grab onto the wall and then lower themselves. That is what this area is about. What if I did this? If I do this, then they have to go on that wall. And then, oh, that's actually perfect timing. Well, not perfect, but it's pretty good. You go down here, and then by the time you're down here, then it's already this. And then you can climb up. And then you go on this guy, and then you do this. Okay, but that's too much. I think they're too close. I think I need to move each of these up by one. Move this one up another one. And then I also need to move the spikes. Let's see, this spike, this spike's gotta be over here. Secret thing for people who drop too many times? No. Okay, I think this is good, right? This is enough headroom. Could do this and then go here. And go down, climb up. Alright, that looks good to me. That seems quite good. I'm not a fan of how these are not aligned though. I feel like this one should be aligned with this guy. Now, how do I have it set up? Make it only in this room. People would try to find another fake one. No, I would prefer not to add troll mechanics like that. It's like hostile game design. It's a different kind of game. Alright, let's see, we have this. What do we do on the right side of this room? I mean, I feel like maybe this is enough challenge. The right side could simply be like a block pushing puzzle, maybe. One that you can't die from. Something where you can climb a wall, ideally. We could have this one. Let's see. Yeah, I want to be the guy. It's that type of game. You know, they do have a lot of spikes in those games. A lot of spikes. Alright, so once you're done with this area, you go over here. And then what? And then I think we should have a path to go up this way. This will be an optional room, which will perhaps have a challenge with a clover in it. And then the intended route is for them to go down, because once they go down, they can then revisit this area. They can then find out they have to go to the left side. So maybe I have something like this. But then what? But then what do I put? There's so much empty space here. What about some kind of challenge, some kind of thing? Maybe they push a crate and then the crate goes down. No, we have enough crate pushing. What about a mushroom? I haven't seen a mushroom in a while. I mean, I guess there was one right here, but maybe they need to see another mushroom. You know, they're like, oh, it's been such a long time since I've seen a mushroom. So we could put one. We could perhaps have mushroom. You could push a crate onto a mushroom. And then what? And then what, though? So there could be a crate here. You push the crate, it then falls down. But then what? But then what? I don't even know. Maybe we don't need a challenge. Maybe, you know, this could just be nice scenery. Maybe we just have good times for all. It's like in real life. Not everything has to be a thing meant to challenge your skills. Welcome, Altchkar. But it would be nice if there was something. But anyway, okay, so they can then fall down here. Once they're over here, though, then what? Then nothing. And maybe we add a ladder here. Maybe this room is all figured out already. Welcome Altscott, welcome Namington. We got this stuff. You can fall down. And then I want the player to know that they can go this way. They can go back down, and then they gotta know that they can then climb this wall now. This wall is now accessible. But how? But how then? It could be here, but then if I put this here, it's gonna mess up this thing. Is it going to? Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's actually totally fine. We put the ladder. Let's put a ladder right here. And then we put one-way platform. So then if they were to come this way from earlier, they would go up to this room and then find out there's nothing they can do because they can't climb. And then they're like, surely I come back here later, right? That's how games work. Also, I need to add a checkpoint. Checkpoints. Let's put this one right there. Let's put another one right there. Alright, so this room. We got it. Wait, this is misaligned. Did I like move everything around accidentally? That always happens. It's always happening, guys. Hazards. The hazards have been transformed accidentally somehow. Alright, you go this way. You jump on this guy. And climb on this wall. And climb on this wall. And then you're good. Okay, then you go back this way, right? This way. You totally make that jump. You then fall down here. And then now you can climb this way. And now this is going to be the intended path. You find yourself back in this room. You're like, I've been here. Whoa, what is this? I've been here before. And you continue going. And then you get this clover from the very beginning of the game. But then what? Maybe I add a climbable wall here. And then the player can go up. They go down this way. They go this way. And then they can go back up. Maybe. Perhaps that is a thing that they can do. So let's see. Oh, maybe from here. From here, there could be some platforms. Right, now you leave here. You can then jump up to this one. Right, you can jump here. And then from here, maybe there's like a wall. But then here's the thing. If I just put this here, the player might not know that you can climb. They don't know you can go that way. So I gotta add a ladder. You know, that's how things go. Gotta be adding ladders. Gotta be sitting down. Anyone sitting down right now? Any fans of sitting? Alright, and then we have the one-way platform. Right here. Gotta make sure you have some good old checkpoints. Yeah, everyone's sitting. Imagine not sitting though. Cringe. Okay, so that's good. This is good. Totally fine. Alright, so now you're in this room. Okay, but then we gotta have something here though. This right here, this is going to be an optional challenge. Optional challenge to challenge your skills. So this one, since this is an entirely optional room, so it should be quite difficult. It's got to have all the spikes in it. So many spikes. There's going to be so many spikes you don't even know. So if you go into this, or maybe we don't have anything in this room. What if there's literally nothing in this room? There could be nothing. Or maybe, what if the cake, what if when you get the cake, you don't climb back up this way? Maybe when you get the cake, you can climb, there could be a room that goes this way. No, why would I do that? Why would I even do that though? I don't know. No one really even knows. Okay, but this is good though. This is good. This is totally good, right? Go down this way, go back. Now, is the player going to know though that they're gonna go back this way? Do I need some like yellow paint? It's like, hey, you can climb this now. Like, what if they go down and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna go back this way? Why would they do that? There's no reason. They wouldn't do that. No player would ever do that. They would definitely know to go this way. For real. Alright, and then they find themselves here, and then they climb up this way. Welcome, Nuna. Put a yellow bucket. No. Gamers don't look up. Yeah, but this is fine because they're looking from the side. Right, from the side you got everything. Everything is here. Now, do you think the player's going to be annoyed that there's no way to just drop from climbing? You have to jump. You cannot just drop. Which maybe that's an intentional game decision. Maybe that's what I want. that adds some challenge to the game. I don't know. You can go this way. It's just a big empty room. Literally nothing here. It would be nice to just drop. Yeah, but then it's like the down button's already... It's already doing something, right? Down plus jump. Down plus jump. It is true, but then how would the player know to do that? I would need to add a thing that's like, hey, by the way, you can press this. Down plus jump. Drop down. But I guess also my thing right now is that even if you were to do that, you would just... I don't know, you would just be grabbing onto the wall. Unless I move the player 1 pixel over. Because at the moment, this is like grabbing onto a wall does not require a button press. It's just like as long as you are next to a wall that is grabbable, you just grab it. Right? If I were to just press down and jump, they would still be next to the wall. If I move them over 1 pixel to the right, then I guess that would work. Anyway, many things to consider. Well, anyway, then they go this way. Then they go up. And then what? Now we need more challenges. More challenges for the player. Okay. Let's see. Let's add a new room. And this new room, it's going to have a bunch of things in it. Now, what things specifically? Good question. I don't know. Maybe more spike platforms. Do a 6-step Tekken button combo. What if you enter the Konami code and then it did something? What if that happened? Is that possible? Alright, so for this room, we want more climbing challenges, obviously. But what would there be? You climb up this way, and then maybe this one, you push a crate onto a spike platform. What if that was a thing? Can I just disable grab on down plus jump? Yeah, but the question is for how long though? Do I disable it until they touch the ground? Do I disable it for some amount of time? But then what if they fall a long distance? Well, what if they want to re-grab though? Right? What if they fall from here and then there's another wall they want to re-grab? They go this way. Now they can't re-grab it. I think moving the player 1 pixel over would make sense. Disable for as long as the input is held. But then that feels kind of non-intuitive though. Having to hold down and jump. Or maybe just down? I don't know. I think moving player 1 pixel makes the most sense. I could probably try to implement that right now actually. Let's take a look. So we go to player state. Go to wall climbing. Welcome X tag. What if it's drop off the wall if you press jump, but jump away if you press left plus right? No, but then I had an entire puzzle that was designed around pressing jump. This thing right here, this thing requires you to jump without pressing left or right. This is the one where you stack 3 crates. And then it creates a wall, and then you climb on the wall, and then you just jump straight up. Alright, anyway, go to the script. Okay, if you have just pressed jump, and you can jump, then Then what? Which one is this? Wait, what? Wall climbing. Jump straight up with jump plus up. Then no, I think that's confusing. I think it's totally fine to press jump and down. So then, okay, so if input is action pressed down, move down, then you do this one, else jump. Although I do feel like pressing down and jump, unless I would need to have text on the screen that's like, you can do this. If action press move down, then player not global position, you have to then subtract player dot facing direction. Sorry, global position dot x, and then finished emit idle, and then idle will handle falling. All right, let's try it. Okay, it does work. Wait, it literally works. Look at that. But what if they wanted to move up and then also jump? I don't know. Would they ever want to do that? I would need to tutorialize this somehow. I would need to have something that requires the player to be doing this. And then I would need something on the screen that's like, hey, by the way, you can do this. Perhaps, maybe. Actually, that is kind of nice, though. It is nice to be able to just drop. Good call. Good call, everyone. This is iterative game design. Everyone's out here suggesting things. Okay, what you see that? What was that? What the heck was that? If you drop onto there, sometimes... Why does that happen? Oh, whatever, it's probably fine. Alright. We have that word. I should commit this. Let's commit some code. Maybe double input? No, I just pressed it once. I don't know why this thing is here. I keep removing this thing. It keeps automatically adding it for me. Wait, no, that's hold on, that's fine. Oh, did I rename something? Composite moving platform spikes? He's using Git. What do you mean? Isn't this normal? Is this weird? Is it even worth mentioning? Of course I'm using Git. Okay, what do I have in this entity? What is in this file? What about bat? You guys know about bat? Moving platform spikes. Node name. There's nothing in there. Why is that file even there? Never actually seen it on stream. I do this every time though. Even on my coding streams. When I was doing Advent of Code, I was doing every time. Okay, moving platform spikes. Delete this one. And they're going to re-add it. I just know. Once I start up the game again, they're gonna re-add it. Okay. What do we have here? And platform. Moving platform spikes was removed. What if that removed the regular platforms though? Is that a thing? We have mushroom moving platform. We have the regular moving platform. obstacles. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. So we have to get status again. Add moving platform with spikes. Also in drop from wall climb. I'm gonna add spiked moving platform. And drop and wall climb drop. Alright. That's good. I'm gonna run the game. They're gonna recreate that file, definitely. No, actually, maybe not. Okay, so we're here. What challenge do I add to this room? What do I even add? I guess the player never really needs to know that they can press down and jump, because that can be accomplished simply by holding down, right? They can always climb down safely. Or maybe I should add it. Maybe there should be something that tells the player that they can do it. Or maybe some kind of optional objective that forces them to do it. Because if they don't, then... Well, is there even a case where they would be forced to do it, though? As I mentioned, they can always just climb down. The only thing would be like timing-wise. I don't know. Anyway, okay, we go back here. What challenge do we add to this room? You climb up this wall. You jump onto this thing. And then what? And then you climb up another wall. Maybe you climb you climb up here, then you jump onto this one, and then you jump onto this one, and then you jump onto this one, and then you jump over here. But I mean, I feel like that's kind of the same as this one, though. Like, not that many interesting things you can do that I can think of with just pure climbing. But surely there has to be. There's gotta be. Climb up here, you jump up there. What about a room where you have to do a lot of fast wall jumps while a spiky floor rises? Spiky floor. Interesting idea. Spiky floor rising. I could add like these platforms, but the spikes are on top as well. Spikes that move on a rhythm. Oh, I could add that that thing we were talking about earlier. If you step on them and then you leave, the spikes will then show up. No, wait, that could be something else. What about... I did mention adding horizontal mushrooms. Mushrooms that push you to the side instead of up and down. That's a possibility. Maybe then you climb up to a mushroom and that mushroom bounces you across a pit that you otherwise would not be able to make. Possible. Entirely possible. I think if I were to do that, I would want to have a separate sprite for it. Maybe. No, because then I would have to reanimate the bounce. Okay, so it's just going to be this regular mushroom, but flipped. Rotated slightly. Let's go to mushroom. Mushroom. You duplicate the mushroom scene. Mushroom side. Side mushroom. Mushroom side. so this mushroom side is going to be animated sprite. I'm going to rotate this guy. Transform, rotation 90. Right there, that's 90 right there. And then I guess the collision shape, I should move it slightly to align better. Alright, that's good. And then what? And then we gotta update the script. We must update the script of the mushroom. Oh, I could just have it in the regular mushroom script. I could have rotation angle, and then I can set that. No, I think I should have it as a separate thing. Should I though? Because then what? It does have a lot of similar things. Alright, so we have mushroom side. Mushroom side. Okay, so process sprite play mushroom if body entered, player velocity. Okay, this one. Remove this stuff. Body is player, and player is not dying. Oh, but I don't have any sort of like horizontal acceleration set up. At the moment, if you press right, you move right immediately. The thing is, mushrooms work with up and down because we have gravity. For this to work going horizontally, I would need to add horizontal acceleration to the player, which may change everything. Actually, no, maybe it's fine. Let's go to, hold on, player. Let's go to the player script. Player script. And then we gotta have export var move acceleration or decel. Remove deceleration. Going to be, I don't know, 50. What's a good what's a good speed? I don't know. I'm just 50. Deceleration when no, that's good. Deceleration when just deceleration. Horizontal deceleration. Okay, so but then for deceleration though, I would need to add it to everything. I need to add to all the states. That's so much states I have to add to. Final state, running state. Or I could just add it here. I could just add it to the process script. Physics process. Physics process. So in this one, velocity dot x times equal to move deceleration. No, deceleration should be. It should be move toward 0. Velocity x equals move toward from velocity.x to 0. And then the delta should be move deceleration times delta, I think, maybe. Now, does that mess up everything? Does that mess up our entire... Okay, that seems to be totally fine. Is that fine though? Is this even fine? Okay, horizontal movement seems fine. So then if we have mushroom side, then mushroom side. Wait, where's my script for mushroom side? Alright, I don't have a specific script for mushroom side. It is just mushroom. Oh, but I renamed it. Hold on. Let's go back here. Okay, so mushroom side. Mushroom side. I guess mushroom side scene will just be mushroom if rotated. So we're gonna have bounce direction. This one will be export var bounce. Is it called normal? Bounce normal. This is what bounce direction. So by default, it's going to be vector 2 of. It's going to bounce you up. So up is going to be negative in the y direction. And then this one now. What about this one? Body velocity dot y is greater than 0, but this should only matter if the bounce direction is. Oh, and then we could also have downward bouncing mushrooms. That's also a thing that could happen. Okay, so if body velocity is greater than 0, if bounce direction dot y and this. Bounce direction in this one. Downward bouncing mushroom. Welcome Oarfish. ICP cover band. How do magnets even work? I don't even know. If this is here, we want to yes, we want to do this, but then we also wanted to apply if horizontally moving mushroom. Well, let's see, we have bounce direction dot y and body velocity. If this is this and it's less than 0, then just return. Otherwise, continue. So we have body velocity equals this. It should be times equal to body velocity dot y times equal bounce direction times body bounce impulse. Oh, but then they would be in the jumping state. They may in fact be in the falling state. Oh, I see. Okay, so if for jumping state specifically, wait, what do I do in player jumping state? Player's jumping state, I think I have it set if is bounce, it doesn't override the velocity. Let's see, jumping. Yes. Oh wait, I set the velocity y. No, if is bounce. Okay, I don't set the velocity, so that's good. That's what I want. Okay, then we go back to mushroom. Where's my mushroom? Here it is. All right, so from here, I guess that works. Possibly. Okay, so mushroom side. Mushroom side should just be, we take our existing mushroom. Wait, hold on. Let's delete mushroom side. And then we make a new scene. Okay, why would I delete it? Let's go back. Mushroom side. I have deleted it. Don't save. Okay, create a new scene. Mushroom side. Okay, and then you go to mushroom side. And then you just take the mushroom. What did that say? Drag and drop to add a sibling, hold shift. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so we set the transform. It's gotta be 0. Set that to 0. Okay, and then you rotate it. Rotation 90. And then you gotta make sure you set the bounce direction to be 1. Alright, is that good enough? Is that all it takes? Probably not. I'm gonna try this and it's gonna be totally broken and I'm gonna be like, what did I break? I probably broke regular mushrooms as well. Alright, so let's go to obstacles. Let's add mushroom side. So here's mushroom side. And let's put it right there. And then we move the player. All right, is this anything? That did not do. Oh, what the heck? It's not working. Now, question: why is it not working though? Why would then? What's going on? Do regular mushrooms work? That's the question. I gotta know. Do regular mushrooms still work? Did I break regular mushrooms? Alright, this is a regular mushroom. Yeah, mushroom instantly sends you to the ground. I also broke regular mushroom, guys. Alright, what did I break? How did I break this? So I multiplied by bounce direction. I set player velocity. Oh, it should be equal to. That's what it is. I believe that's what it is. Nope, that's not what it is. Bounce direction times bounce impulse. If bounce direction not y and velocity is less than 0, which means you're going up, then you don't do anything. That's fine. That makes sense. Jumping velocity is equal to this times bounce impulse. Y. Body dot velocity equals, what if I just print body dot velocity? What is the velocity? Break his mushroom? No. Alright, velocity is set to, I mean, then why is the player not going though? Is it because of the oh, is it because the bounce impulse is negative? Man, wait a second. Is that what it is? Oh, it's sending you into the ground. Okay. But then why does the side one not work? It's setting your thing to -480. Negative 480 and also 480 positive? Wait a second. What? So negative 480, it is sending you into the wall. Bounce impulse. I should change the player's bounce impulse to be a positive number. And bounce direction should be the thing. So what? Hold on. Did I? Okay, we have this. Let's go to player. Player script. We set the bounce impulse. Bounce height. Okay, we set bounce height. And then bounce impulse. Where is that set? Bounce impulse. It's 2. Okay, it's negative. It is kind of confusing. And I set this to positive, but the jump impulse is negative. I maybe should normalize this. It's fine, you know, it's fine. Alright, but then the mushroom is still broken though. The horizontal one is broken. So that one is fine. Oh, wait. Why does it send you up? What the what the heck? Wait a second. Mushroom side. Mushroom side, I have set the bounce direction. Oh, because I added both of them. This one should be 0. Bounce direction being 1, so it should send you to the right. But it's not. Now, why not though? Why is it not sending you to the right? Is it because the deceleration is not enough? What's the deal? What's the deal though? Let's go to let's change some values around. Player.dd deceleration. Move deceleration. What if I had no deceleration? Like 1 deceleration is not doing anything. Why not though? Why would it not be doing anything? Am I resetting my X direction somewhere? The player is in the jumping state. It does seem to be bouncing you down. No, I think that's just gravity. It's just gravity. This is just how far up this mushroom pushes you. And this one is not pushing to the right. Hold on. Let's take a look at what am I looking at here? Jumping. Player's jumping state. We set. Oh, we calculate X velocity. Wait a second. Player script. Calculate X velocity. Oh, I set the velocity to 0 if player's not pressing anything. Okay, so this is where I should set the physics process stuff. This should be here instead. Okay, so instead of doing this, you should instead set velocity X. It should be move toward what? Current value, move toward 0. What about this? Return this. And then otherwise, you want to return move toward this. I think this might mess up everything else. Yep, this messes up everything else. Okay. Well, let's see. If you have pressed a direction, your speed should move toward this, and it should be move speed. Is that correct? Okay, hold on. This it did something. Okay, but then it also changes all of your horizontal movement to be. It feels a lot floatier now. Let's see. If input direction is 0, then you want to decelerate toward this. If you are holding a direction, you want to move toward with the current velocity to be moved toward input direction times move speed. If I do this. Oh, what the? You see that? The heck? Okay, I broke something. You don't want that. Move speed. Input direction times move speed. And then you have move speed. So mushroom bounce does work. It does in fact work. However, breaks everything else. See, now it like goes over here though. I can't like stay in place. Also, I should drink water. It's already been 2 hours. I feel like I've not accomplished that much. And I guess I did add moving platforms with spikes on them. I guess I did add downward falling and grabbing. I'm gonna drink water now. Alright. Okay then, what am I doing wrong here? If input direction, if you are pressing a direction, you move in that direction, right? You would like to move in that direction. Move toward this. And then you move based on your move speed. But then if you don't have it pressed, move deceleration times delta. Move should be move speed times delta? I don't think so, right? Surely not. Surely not. Input direction.x. This is complex math. This is what happens when you add horizontal acceleration to a game that doesn't have it. Everything is broken. Okay, if I try to do these previous rooms, this is not the same. It's not the same. You seeing this? It's not even the same. Everything feels so floaty now. Maybe I only apply this if the player has mushroom. If your current velocity is greater than move speed, If player dot velocity dot x is if absolute velocity x is greater than move speed, then you do this. Else, then you just do this. Alright, maybe. Now movement should feel natural. Okay, everything I think is the same as it was. And then if I do this, you get bounced. Is it the same? I can't tell. Did I placebo affect myself into thinking? No, something feels wrong. Yeah, that's right. If I jump and then I let go, he does continue to move in that direction, which is not what I want. Velocity x is greater than move speed. Greater than move speed. Then you move toward this. Otherwise, oh, because this, hold on, this one, this should be the first check. And then else. And then this one should just set it to 0. Right. If I jump, does that cause my velocity to become greater than move speed? No, this is velocity.x specifically. And this one should be then just 0. What is this? Warning? Parameter delta is not used. Isn't it? Isn't it used though? Direction, move speed. Oh, we need deceleration. Move speed, deceleration. Move deceleration times delta. I think this works. So if your velocity is greater, then you apply it. Wait, that feels instantaneous though. Why is that so strong? Oh, it's because I set the deceleration to be 1. What if it was like 5? Is 5 too much? Wait, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Deceleration 5. What if it was like 50? Is that anything if it was 50? It's like about the same. It really makes you think. It really makes you consider things. What if it was like 1,000? Is that anything? It seems to not matter. Wait, what? Deceleration. Since maybe when you hit it at the height of my jump, my velocity is low, so it affects something. The height of my jump, velocity is low, it affects something. What if I put the mushroom on the ground? What if I move this mushroom? Okay, we have regular mushroom here. We have, as opposed to when you drop onto it so you're moving fast. No, like when you drop onto it, it does the same thing when you just walk into the mushroom from the side. It just sets your velocity. It doesn't like, your current velocity is not affected at all. But this one though, this one. Alright, let me put a mushroom on the wall. but lower down. There's the room grid. So go to the foreground. We add this here. And go to obstacle. We add the good old mushroom side. Alright, what does this look like? Okay, it barely bounces you. Is that the deceleration? Is because I'm in the air. Like this one bounces you farther. Is it because when I'm already on the ground stops me? Is that what it is? Wait. If I fall from here, it launches me there. If I just walk into it, it bounces me there. So maybe that's fine. Like, I don't anticipate having, you know, these mushrooms on the floor. So as long as, you know, maybe the issue is because I had this floor here. I don't even know what the issue is. What even is the issue? Is that the acceleration is not doing anything? Okay, if I make this lower, it bounces me there, and then if I just go into it, it bounces me there. What if I fall onto it? Okay, so it's like it's around there. This one is around there. And this one, why is this like that though? Oh, it's because I'm approaching from below, so then I have less horizontal the potential energy. Whatever, I don't even know what the word for it is. Because if I drop from above, welcome Tris Dev. If I drop from here, it goes there. And then if I go from here, it's there. So it is highly dependent on where you intersect with the mushroom. Alright, whatever. I think this works fine for now. I think I should move the mushroom over maybe 1 pixel so that it is aligned with the wall. Okay, that looks good. Alright, we have a new mechanic, sideways mushroom, but only facing the right though. If I wanted it to be facing the left, I would need to make a new thing. Actually, that should be easy. That should be quite simple, actually. Okay, instead of mushroom side, it'll be mushroom right. Go here, rename this one. Mushroom right. Alright, then we duplicate it. And then we have mushroom left. Mushroom left, where did it go? Am I right, guys? So true. So true, Wolfie. Down mushroom. I don't think I need a down mushroom though, because when would it make sense to have such a thing? Why would I even have down mushroom? Maybe if you can think of a puzzle, some kind of challenge that would involve down mushroom. Alright, so we rotate this guy. Bounce direction -1, and then transform, rotate 270 degrees. Precision jump to avoid down mushroom that shoots you into spikes. But then it's like, then why would I not just have spikes though? Right? If the mushroom just sends you into spikes, why would I then? I mean, I guess I could. I do have another thing where the mushroom sends you into spikes. Maybe I could consider it. Down mushroom plus up mushroom. True. It is true. I could have that. Well, anyway. This is mushroom left. Okay, and then we go to the world, of course. Go to the world. We go to the tile set. And then we add a rightward facing mushroom. Oh, it's already there. Sorry, left mushroom left, that's what I want. This one. Okay, so now we have mushroom left and mushroom right. Let's try placing this one. And check that it works as expected. Yo, that's so cool. Wait. Look at this. Get launched from mushroom to mushroom. What is this? Is pinball? We have pinball now. Okay, this makes me want to add it to previous rooms. Welcome home, Sinica. Thank you for 7 months. Okay, we can do this one. Now, what happens if I push a crate into it? That is my question. Is this correct? Have I implemented this correctly? I did not, though. I did not consider this. Let's go to script. Blowing animation satisfying. Thank you. I drew several frames. It's actually 3 frames. It's entirely 3 frames of animation for bouncing. Anyway, okay, so we got, let's go to the mushroom script. Mushroom. So then if it's a crate, instead of setting body velocity.y, you set body velocity should be equal to bounce direction times this. 2 smooth for 3. 3 frames is a lot of frames. It's actually so many frames. So you get bounce direction times this. We are applying the gravity to it. That's fine, whatever. So we have this. Okay, non-player bounce distance, bounce direction times this. I think that's good. Too many for exactly. Okay, let's go back to the world. Let's add a crate. Am I still printing to everything? Hold on, let's go player script. I'm still printing the velocity. I could care about that later. Okay, let's go to crate. Let's put the crate up here. Oh, how am I gonna get up there? Wait, I can't get up there. Okay, we're gonna have to remove this mushroom. Okay, so this one, that did nothing. That actually did nothing. I think because the crate also does not do deceleration. So I would need to then add some extra, I would need to add the same logic to crate. And surely there's a better way to do it. I go to script, let's go to crate.gd. Alright, so here, velocity y, velocity.x equals horizontal force. Now this one, instead of setting it to this, oh, but this gets applied when you push. Well, that's fine actually. I go here, physics process. Okay, this is my issue. Velocity.x equals 0. So we should set velocity x Just copy the logic I had in the player script. Go from here. Let's copy this. And we go back to the crate. Here. Now before I move and slide, I should be doing this. If velocity x is greater than horizontal force, then and velocity x equal, move toward this thing, so instead of input direction, it would be, what would it be? It would be, I guess you always move towards 0. So move towards 0, and then we need move deceleration. Wait, I said it's like 1,000 in the other one. I don't think this matters. I had it as 1,000 and it didn't seem to make a difference. But maybe it does make a difference. Okay, but then otherwise, if it's not greater than, then you want to set it to horizontal force. It should be, this is just 0, right? It's just 0. Else. Okay. What's wrong with this? Horizontal force not, oh, this is a parameter. Horizontal force is set by the player? Oh, because this depends on the player's velocity. Oh, shoot. If it's greater than... Oh, it's going to be kind of annoying. I'm just going to set an arbitrary value. If it's greater than 100. If it's greater, no, I have to set this somewhere. Horizontal force. Player. Where do I set this? Player. Do I set it in push? Or do I set it here? Push. Push speed. Push speed. And then where do I actually apply it? Is it in running? I have this set in running. Oh, that's weird. I don't have a push state. It's actually just in running. Okay, so I set the push velocity. Okay, I set it to the player's velocity. I guess I could just have it set to I don't know. Var. We're just gonna hard code 30 for now. You know, I'll come back to this later. To do not hard code. I will never actually address this comment. It's going to stay as 30 forever. That's how things work. All right, let's test this. Oh, now you can't even move. What the heck? If velocity is greater than this, velocity equals 0. Should I just always set this to this? Hold on. What if I just always apply this? that anything? Is this even anything? Oh, wait, do you see that? That looks so smooth. It looks so good. What the heck? Whoa, it is maybe a bit too smooth. Why is that so smooth? That looks too smooth. I feel like something about it just looks... It's like uncanny valley. Shouldn't there be friction? I feel there should be friction when it's on the floor. But maybe that's fine. That's nice. That's so satisfying. I want to add this to earlier rooms. Man, I should have added horizontal mushrooms so much earlier. Does move deceleration matter? If I set this like 1, does that make any difference? Oh, what the heck? Okay, it turns out it does matter. Put an up mushroom where it lands. It's like on the ice. What is this? Oh, it's like I don't even need to continue pushing it. It's just like one push and it just goes. That's actually also kind of cool. Hold on. I could have some crates that are like on ice blocks. I'm gonna put that in my notes. This is when a bug becomes a feature. Game ideas. Crate on ice. Alright, that's cool. But that is not what I meant. So we set move deceleration to... I don't know what a reasonable value is. I think 30. If 30 is equal to the player's move speed, then deceleration... No, never mind. It's still down. About 100. That is still a bit much. Now, I don't know, sometimes people set move deceleration to like a fraction instead of like an absolute value. Wonder if I should do that. It should be like your percentage of your speed gets reduced every frame instead of specifically this value here. Move deceleration times delta. About 500. What if it was 500? Okay, so it turns out 500 and 1,000, it does make a difference. Now 1,000 seems very high though. It's just like an arbitrarily high value. What about 10,000? What does that look like? Okay. So it does matter. I don't know what a good value. I guess 1,000 is good, but it feels too arbitrary. It's like way too arbitrary. I feel like I need to set a value that's like it should go a certain distance. What about 1 million? It's not even gonna move. It's gonna move a little bit. It's gonna move like there. Move deceleration. 1,000. Not really a fan of setting this value arbitrarily like this. And yet, I don't know what else to do. Negative number. It's just gonna speed up. It's just gonna like zoom. It's gonna like, it's just gonna do that. It's too much. Well, alright. Maybe it should be a fraction. 0.9. Instead of doing this, it should be your current velocity. It should just be velocity times move deceleration. Welcome, NanoDan. Is that Wolfie okay? Probably. It's fine. That looked a bit weird. What's the deal with this one? It seemed very unnatural. Wait, also just like one push does that. I need to set... It's not really... This is not really deceleration then. This is like friction. It should be friction. Wait, but there's not air friction though. Oh, I could have different friction for air versus floor. Maybe if you're on the floor, it's a different thing. The coefficient of friction. Anyone remember physics? Friction. Friction. Velocity times equal friction. Now it should be 1 minus friction though. Inverse friction. Is there a thing for that? 0.1. Okay, that's not what I want. 0.5 maybe. This feels too arbitrary. Okay, maybe the way I had it before was... I'm just gonna settle on 1,000. Because that seems to be nice. That seems to be a good value. We could have floor. Oh, maybe once it hits the floor, it just stops. So I see, that would preserve the existing behavior. So it's like if is on floor, then velocity dot x just equals 0, else then you do this, right? Like this one is normal. Then once it's in the air, okay, I think it seems good, maybe. Or when you're on the floor, you could have less times 0.1. No, times 0.9. Oh, but then like one small push just does this though. I don't know if I want that. I think it's fine. It's just gonna be 0. It'll stop immediately once it hits the floor. Like this. Alright, I think that's fine. Okay, so now we have new mechanics in the game. Mushrooms. Alright, I could add mushroom down. Duplicate this one. Mushroom down. Alright, so for mushroom down, so rename this one mushroom down, and then select it, change the transform, position, okay, rotation should be 180, and this should be 0, I think. And this one needs to be moved. Oh, let's just take a look. Let's go to world. Okay, then we add a mushroom down to this. Mushroom down. Okay, mushroom down. This one is going to be... Put this one here. Okay, actually that's fine. I also need to change the direction though. Mushroom down. It's going to set bounce direction to 1. Alright, so this mushroom should bounce you. Okay, we don't have the height for that. Oh, no, wait, it bounced me to the right? What the? Oh, I set X to 1. Y should be 1. I don't even need to reload the game. It's gonna be... Or do I? Do I need to reload the game? Okay, maybe it needs to be lower. Take this guy and get mushroom down. Let's put this guy like here. It is not. Oh, because the mushroom I set. Did I set the thing where if your velocity is something, it doesn't bounce you? I think that's what it is. Yeah, okay, if bounce direction Y and bounce velocity Y is greater than this. So I should set it to bounce velocity dot Y, bounce direction dot Y. But this one, this is for if you collide with mushroom from below, it should not trigger. This would be if bounce direction dot Y is greater than 0. Okay, body velocity Y is less than 0. Alright, so this one does not work. Why doesn't it work? Good question. Good question. Good question, I don't know. I'm setting, this is negative. Why is it negative? Bounce direction greater than 0. It should be less than 0. That's what I meant. Okay, that works. And then this continues to work. Now we need a mushroom next to mushroom. And by next to, I mean below. Tile map, and then we add mushroom, regular mushroom. Here. What does this do? Alright, that's cool. I think I need to update the mushroom animation to always reset instead of continuing. We go to script, we go to this one, sprite play mushroom. This one, if frame progress is greater than or equal to 1, play mushroom. So you start off, you play mushroom bounce. If frame progress is this, is there a way to say play but always reset from the beginning? Custom speed from end equals false. Plays animation with key name. If custom speed is negative and from end is true. Hold on. How do I godot animation play from beginning always. Is there some way on it? See, they don't know how to format their code. Animation player, no, animated sprite 2D. Play. How does this work? Autoplay, is playing, play backwards, play, pause, set frame and progress. Set frame and progress, unlike setting frames, does not reset the frame progress to 0. This method does not reset. I see, I could just set the frame to 0. Okay, so sprite.frame equals 0. So this should play. Hey, what the, did I move everything again? I hate when that happens. Why does that always happen? Okay, now we go. Okay, the mushrooms then, they do play from the beginning every time. That's good. The side mushroom bounce you into an up mushroom when you go straight or up or diagonally. A side mushroom bounce you into an up mushroom. I think with the given thing, it would move you both ways. Also, why is this? What? Why is this suddenly not on the wall? Mushroom. I'm just gonna let's go to our mushroom, our left mushroom. So left mushroom should be moved left 1 frame. Right mushroom. Sorry, this is right mushroom. Right mushroom, move left by 1. Right mushroom, move left by 1. Oh wait, it's literally just this. And then left mushroom, also do this. Is that what I wanted, or is it the other way? Okay, that's fine, that's good. Alright, so we add a up mushroom here. Okay, so it does just send you up. Is there a reason for that? Maybe that's good, actually. Maybe that's actually fine. Because it makes it more predictable. If it were to send you horizontally, it might be confusing. But why does it do that? Hold on. Why does it do that, though? I don't think I don't have any special logic for that. So let's see. Mushroom. If okay, so we set the bounce impulse. Oh, we reset it. Okay, it does reset your velocity. But then we should only reset the velocity in the direction of the bounce. So if we have velocity, what's a way? We need is it a dot product situation? We need to project this thing onto that thing. Velocity, bounce direction. I mean, there are 2 ways to do it. I could do if bounce direction dot x, then we only modify the x. And then bounce direction dot y, then we do this. I think this should send you diagonally. No, it doesn't. What? Why Really makes you think. Really makes me think. Why is that? Let's go to the player script. So for the player script, we have calculate x velocity. If your x speed is greater than move speed, then you move towards 0. If your input direction is 0, I think it might be because it could be because if I move the mushroom closer, we might have a little bit of horizontal movement. Possibly. Let's try it. Let's try it out. We go to obstacles, we go to tile map. What if this was here? Okay, this was here. Okay, yes, it does. It is because the mushroom was far enough away that we just landed on the floor. This is kind of cool. It's like pinball. Wow. I should have added this earlier. Because now I'm like, there's rooms earlier that I could have added this to. Wow. That is very satisfying. It doesn't work all the time though. Why not? Why does it not work sometimes? Oh, this could be a thing for like before you can jump. You could fall onto mushroom and then mushroom launches you where you need to go. I should remember this configuration. Maybe like you start off here and you fall down and then you fall onto the spikes. So does it work if I climb down instead of fall? Yes. It sure does. Totally does. Well, now, like, why does it sometimes not work though? There's like a very specific place where I land and it just launches me straight up. But why? Why is that? Oh, whatever. That's cool though. Okay, let's commit this. Add entities. We have mushrooms. Bounce direction. We got this stuff. Mushroom down, mushroom left. Good times. Is it good times though? Hold on. Is there more stuff before I commit this? If your velocity is greater than move speed, then you do this. Otherwise, you set this. Okay. Git commit, add different directional mushrooms. Okay, well that's I think that's all the time I have. Let's play through the game once from the beginning. Today we only added 2 I mean, I feel like this is pretty major. This is gonna change a lot of stuff. I'm probably gonna go back, add some more like horizontal mushrooms to previous rooms. Think of some puzzles with crate pushing with horizontal mushrooms. Let's play through the game from the beginning one more time. It's going to be exactly the same almost as what I was doing at the beginning of the stream. Not too much has changed. Let's play it. Alright. You start off the game. You can't jump. You do this, bounce on these mushrooms. Now that platform up there, that's new. It was not there before, but it is now. Then you do this, and then you go this way. Very nice. This is world record pace right here. And then you jump, and then you continue. Go on the mushrooms. And then you push the crates. Remember that time when we pushed the crates? I remember. I was there. I'm literally here right now. Alright, then you get the candy, and then you fall down. You gotta jump over this guy. Go this way. Oh no, I could have made that. I could have made that. Oh, do you see that coyote jump? Holy frick, that's the speedrun tech right there. Okay, then you do this, and then you we gotta remember this. This one's tricky. This one's trying to trick you. But you can't trick me, because I'm aware. I'm aware of games. That was also very cool. Okay, then you gotta jump over, you gotta push the crate. And then you do this. No, I could have made that. Totally could have made that. Alright, now this is kind of annoying though, having to wait for this platform. It goes over a bit too far. What would happen if I push the crate into a side mushroom and it hit you? I think it would stop the acceleration of the mushroom. I did make it. The game. I'm the guy who makes the games. It's me. Okay, now you can grab ledges. And then you grab the ledge, you go up, climb, but not climb, not the usual climb, different climb. And this box is here to teach you can climb boxes, and by climb I mean ledge grab. And this is cool. And then you got the three block push, one of many. Oh, that's a time loss right there. All right, and then you go up. And you do this, and then, okay, this one is simple, but we got a new room up there. New room, people might, their inclination will be to go up here, and then look, I can't do this, there's nothing up here for me. And then you fall down, okay, oh, look at this, check save point. And then you go up, and then you do this thing. This thing right here. Oh, what the, hey, that's, I didn't intend for that to happen, but that's also kind of cool. A lot of speedrun tech in this game. Alright, then you do this, and then nope. Should have known that would not work. That also did not work. Okay, and then you gotta know you can drop down. If you don't know the drop tech, then then there's nothing. There's nothing you can do. Alright, this is good. And then this stuff. And then this. And then this crate is here for no reason at the moment. But there will be a reason at some point. But now you can climb. And then you climb up, and then you do this room. This room is so easy. Anyone can do it. Even me. And then now you use the new drop down tech. Speedrun. Okay, this one, I'm gonna show you how to get this optional one, okay? This is totally optional. You don't even need to be doing this. I didn't get any of the optional ones, but this one's new, so I'm gonna get it. I did it wrong actually. It turns out I messed it up. Alright, we go back this way. then go this way. Nothing beats a drop down. So true. Alright, and then what? And then you push this one over. And now you have a stack of crates to climb on. Look at that. There's the optional objective. Alright, then we got this room. This room, you get the drop down. And then you climb up. Welcome, Sheriff Pumpkin. Alright, then you go down. Now this is our latest room. There you go. Now you can climb up. Actually, wait, could you have made that jump? No. Okay, yes, you do need climb to make this. And then you go up, right? Then you go up. And then there's the fun room with all the bouncy mushrooms. Whoa, guys. Crazy. That is so cool, though. And then you can also push this one. Hey, what, do you see that clipping? What is this? What the heck? It is quite buggy. If you ledge grab onto a crate that is moving, things don't go as expected. See, okay. Well, anyway, that's it. Good times today out here. Alternate solutions. There's many ways to go. Anyway, that was nice. Okay, well, that's it. That is all for today. We've accomplished somewhat. We've accomplished some things. Entirely new mechanics. I think that's cool. Alright, well, let's see what day it is. Let's raid someone. Windows updates. Update and shutdown. Estimate 3 minutes. Sure. I restarted. You see, I literally clicked stop. I clicked shut down, not restart. It always says restarting when I specifically told it to not do that. It better not restart, because I plan on putting a cardboard box on top of it right after. Alright, let's see what day it is. Let's raid someone. National Pet Day. Dog Therapy Appreciation Day. That's a good one. Cheese Fondue Day. James Day. Poutine Day. Submarine Day. What the heck is it? This is just... What? Is this an ad for basketball? This isn't like a special day. What is this? It's just like these teams are playing against each other today. What the heck? What the heck, man? They shouldn't have this here. This is not real. Is this gonna be like? Is this a new thing? Are they gonna have this every day? Oh man, guys. All right, well, ranch water day. What the heck is ranch water? Let's do National Poutine Day. Let's do that. National Poutine Day raid. You could post perhaps maybe like the eat emoji and then fries and then maybe like cheese. That's a thing, right? Alright, let's see who's streaming. Twitch.tv. Yo, Germa's streaming. I'm not gonna raid Germa though. What about who do I raid? Who am I going to raid today on my stream? What about this person? How about this person? Let's raid Colchis. /raid. Kolkus actually raided me the other day after I already sent my raid. So he raided in, and then there was like, I wasn't even there because I had raided someone else, and then the raiders were like, what the? I can't believe this. There's no one even here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with some good old variety Saturday gaming. We are going to have connections and crosswords and redactyl and other games. There's going to be so many games. You're going to be like, wow, there's too many games. There should be fewer games. This guy plays so many games. I think it is true. I probably play more games than most people on average. Like every Saturday I'm playing like, you know, at least 5 games. It's gonna be one more game on itch. True. It'll be a while then. There's still got a lot of stuff to add to the game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna sit here now for several seconds. And now the raid's going. See you next time. Goodbye.